Jason Fladlien here. Welcome to today's training. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this thing where I share a screen with you and I'm going to go boom right there. The new rules of internet marketing. And you may have heard me reference these rules before, but I've slightly tweaked them. And I think they're even more important than ever as we head into the end of March of 2021. And as we head into the end of March 2021, would you agree with me that the world is very different now? And I don't mean that in just a macro sense or just in a COVID-19 sense. I'm like on a day-to-day basis waking up and saying, what is this? I am lost. I don't know about you. So I read an article this morning. It is, I don't know the day. Let me look at my smartwatch here. It's not that smart. We got to push like 5 buttons to see the date. It is 3/11. All right. So it is March 11. Read an article this morning in the New York Times that says, for creators, everything is for sale. Now, a couple of things popped out that I thought was very fascinating. One of those things was the creator economy represents the fastest growing type of small business. What I did know prior to this, that if you ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? No longer is it a doctor, a policeman, or a lawyer, or a firefighter. It is an influencer or a creator. So I don't know what that means for the next generation. But this article was fascinating because it talks about how monetization is working its way into the creator, and they're creating solutions so these influencers can make money, such as their fans purchase with money that can vote on, do I play catch today or do I play dodgeball? Do I wear this sweater or do I wear that sweater? And I thought, isn't that interesting? And that was one of the myriad of ways that they're attempting to monetize. And that is kind of a thing that's never occurred before in history. So I thought, that's kind of interesting. Then I roll over to an email from a friend, and I would call him a client of mine, a student at least, Bill Hauser, who during pandemic last year decided I better help people. So he decided to help lawyers, started from zero and then built up 40,000 lawyers that were attending these webinar series. And he didn't know how to do a webinar, so he bought my book. And that's how I came into his hemisphere. And so Bill was able to capitalize on a new emerging market, became the number one provider to that market overnight. And Bill had me on his show just a couple of days ago. And then he says an email, it says, thank you for amazing value as always today. I greatly appreciate your time and wisdom. Now, this is where it gets interesting. He says, if you ever want to get on Clubhouse, let me know. I can put together a big room with some of the biggest following accounts. So last time we did this, he had 4,000 or 5,000 people on in Clubhouse. Now, I don't know about you. I have not touched Clubhouse yet. I'm not excited to touch Clubhouse. It's yet another thing that I'm like, I don't want to get bogged down. I don't want to learn this, but I also fear like I'm missing out by not being on Clubhouse. And so I'm like, okay, now Clubhouse is a thing. These creators selling what food they're going to eat today as a thing. And you kind of pick for them, and whoever spends the most money wins. And then, of course, you roll over there and GameStop is in the news again. I find it ironic in the same day, two different news outlets can run a story like Investor Business Daily says you might be missing the 1,300% GameStop rally. And then CNBC can run one saying GameStop drops 40% in 25 minutes. What is it? It's not a bear market. It's not a bull market. It's what we call a kangaroo market. It's going up and down and sideways, and nothing about it makes sense to me. And I'm like, wow, what interesting times we live in. To quote a Chinese proverb that means a curse, may you live in interesting times. And if that wasn't enough, before my coffee was done, the fourth piece of information to jam its way into my brain was this article from Engadget, which says NFTs are both priceless and worthless. So I can't be the only one who thinks NFTs are, I don't know. I'm feeling like an old man here, like a dinosaur, like these kids get off my lawn. None of this makes sense to me. And I'm supposed to know this stuff. So non-fungible or fungible tokens, however you want to call them. And what are they? I don't know. You can buy these memes and own them, but have no real ownership over them. And people are spending millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars on a market that seemingly popped up overnight. Now, I kind of knew about this market back in 2018, but like most things, it's an overnight sensation after many, many months and years of toiling and struggling. And wow, are things going to get even more crazy in the next few months? I think they are. They're certainly not going to get less crazy. And are they very crazy right now? I mean, again, I think they are. So what does this mean to you? How do you navigate through all of this chaos and all of this potential opportunity but all of this overwhelm and everything in between. Well, here's some axioms for you. One of the things that I've done in my life that's made me multi-millions of dollars is I study what's called positioning in marketing. So there's some certain fundamental truths that if you understand them and know how to apply them, you'll know what to do without getting bogged down too much at the grassroots level. You can get your head up above that and capitalize on these madness and turn it into opportunity. So here's some axioms for you that I would love for you to adopt. And if you get a little bit of this, I think you can go a long ways. One of them is when all this money is being made out of thin air, everything becomes easy to sell. So in macro terms, the market becomes optimistic. It seems like everywhere they turn, there's another millionaire doing something stupid that makes no sense. It's hard to understand and fathom. Yet here's a whole bunch of millionaires popping up overnight. And now the market becomes optimistic. They become excited. They want to invest and they want to make money too. Now, does that mean they will make money? I don't know. But nonetheless, it's easier to sell somebody an opportunity who feels like now is easier to make money than it ever has been before. And for a tremendous amount of people online, they feel like, wow, now I can make money when previously they couldn't. So they're willing to open up their wallets. So that's a very important thing for you to be aware of. It's not normal that people are so pro-consumer. And I'm not just talking pro-consumer. I'm talking about digital, online. I don't even know what it means. Here's a bunch of money. So there's opportunity there, okay? Now, obviously, you can do it morally or you can do it immorally. I'm not debating to you whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying here's a gigantic opportunity that should incentivize you to do whatever you're already doing and maybe do some new stuff or kick it up a notch. Here's a second consideration. When there's extreme volatility, people will respond well to direction. So what do you suppose I mean by that? What I mean by that is when things, so I'm an amateur hypnotist. I've studied a lot of hypnosis. And one of the greatest ways that you can put somebody in a state of hypnosis is to create confusion. And so, because people will want understanding. If they're confused, they will seek understanding and they will tend to grab onto and gravitate to the first thing that makes sense to them. And so when people are seeing all this chaos surrounding them and all these things are up is now down and down is now left and left is now right and right is now wrong and wrong is now right, you're like, what's going on here? People want somebody to tell them what to do. Now, they generally already want that, but now more than anything, it becomes very valuable. And by the way, it's more scarce now than it's ever been. And so people are looking for direction. And if you can provide them a direction, or if you can channel or be an ambassador of clarity and direction, you absolutely will win. You'll make money and you'll deserve that money that you make because people need a direction right now, especially with all this craziness that's happening. And lastly, kind of my favorite thing here, gatekeepers. I love it when I see a gatekeeper get humbled. I love it when a gatekeeper loses his or her ability to keep the gates. So, for example, there are a lot of these old guards that control the way things are supposed to be done, whether it's online or offline. Or there's these big fish who can kind of not be that innovative and still like get all the attention, get all their emails opened up, get all their things read, can get special treatment in Facebook and Google because they spent all this money with them. And they kind of hold the keys. They can be the anointers of who will be successful in a market. Well, those gatekeepers are about out of business. They don't have a stranglehold on the market because they are just as lost as you and I. And so the playing field is perhaps more level for you than it would be under normal circumstances. And these are just some of the insights that I am seeing and that I'm tooling up to have my members in affiliate Triad take advantage of. Now, one thing that the pandemic has forced upon us is that we are now more virtual than ever. So we are more able to be connected to online. And we go outside less overall than ever. And so therefore, we want to spend money and we spend it on digital things more so than on experiences. I went back to Iowa last week. It's the first time I ate inside of a restaurant in 9 months. I felt like a criminal eating inside of a restaurant because here in Southern California, occasionally we can eat outside restaurants, but even then, not necessarily true all of the time. So things are being spent on digital as opposed to physical and as opposed to experiential. And now we are more comfortable buying digital everything. I know people that should not be in the stock market who are in the stock market. I know people who own digital coins and digital cryptocurrency, that not Bitcoin even, but more obscure ones, and they don't even know what Bitcoin means or what decentralization is or any of that stuff, right? But they buy it, and they're super comfortable buying digital stuff just as they used to be comfortable buying milk and eggs and bread from the store. And this is awesome if you know what to do with it. Now, most marketers see this and they're like, okay, here's the obvious possibility, and then they stop there. Your ability to make real money is to see one step past the obvious. I'm not talking to be like a chess grandmaster who sees 27 moves ahead, right? I'm just saying one tiny step past the obvious. So most people will think one level deep. They'll say, whoa, look at all these new people that I can sell stuff to. Look at all this gigantic demand for things online. I have a captive audience. They're almost held hostage in their houses, so I can reach them easier. And that's true then as a result, that they're more likely to buy training programs, ebooks, video courses, virtual masterminds, online events, and even things like NFTs and cryptocurrencies. But it also means that the internet has become noisier, busier, and more chaotic than it previously was. So what do we do in this situation if we want to see one step past the obvious? So one of the things that we want to do, and we want to gravitate toward, one of the things that becomes even more advantageous to you if you want to make money, is what I like to call hyper specialization. So when things get chaotic online, and when people need direction, and when people are very optimistic of the future, the closer you can specifically develop things for them, the better you will do. And so it's kind of like how Starbucks, I don't know if you know this, but when you go to Starbucks, there are over 179,000 variations of a drink that you can order. 179,000, not 7, not 3, right? 6 figures worth of different beverages that you can choose from. That's an example of hyper specialization. Now, the benefit of that is people now feel like this is exactly for me. You can get their attention easier. It's like calling out their name, including their middle name, as opposed to saying, hey, you. And it also allows you, if you're just starting up, to really dig into a market, because everybody else is overlooking these markets. They're not stooping down and going into these micro pockets, but that's where all the money is. And the more specialization we can do in this day and age, in this year, the more money we will make. So this is where you start to build what I call space architecture. And this should make you sick when you look at it. It certainly does to me. But after I get over my stomach ache from looking at all this chaos, I say, how can I develop this? And if I can, then I'll have a huge advantage. So this is an example of step by step, having somebody tell us what they're looking for, what they're struggling with, what their challenges are, and then based on each answer, micro-calibrating it to the next piece of content. The good thing about this is delivering content online is easier than it's ever been. It's free, basically. And even the technological aspects of doing something like this are not nearly as complicated as they once were, at least in terms of if you know where to look and you know what button to press, you don't need to have a whole team of programmers put these things together for you. But nonetheless, I don't know how many boxes are on this slide. And this isn't the full totality of one specific campaign of hyper specialization, but this is what it can look like if you understand this. If everybody's spending money like crazy, and if I could specialize specifically a message for individual markets, I will crush it, regardless of how good it is I am at driving traffic, or what my marketing looks like, or what my offers are. But the reality is obvious. It's unlikely you can build all of that out. I know multi-million dollar businesses that really can't build all that out efficiently and effectively. It's unlikely that you could build some of it, because you could say, well, Jason, I'm going to take the 80-20 rule to this, and I'm going to find the few things that matter the most, and I'm just going to focus on those, which would be really intelligent. But even that, I have discovered most people just can't do that. And so can you build any of it? For whatever reason, for better or worse, most people that I encounter that I attempt to train up on this stuff, they get the concepts, They understand the value of it. They get the strategy behind it. But when it comes rubber to road, it's hard for them to manifest even one piece of it, much less some of it, or much less all of it. And even then, if you build it, they don't come. You still have to drive traffic to them. And so a big part of my life since April of last year and our company's life is figuring out, how do we do things like this for you in a way that doesn't cost you $30,000? Because that's what we started. We were taking on clients and building these for them hands-on service style, white glove style, minimum 30,000 plus a share of royalties on whatever we generated from a revenue. And we're like, how do we democratize that? How can we build whole funnels for our clients, our customers, the people we would like to help, so we can guide them through, this is why this is valuable, this is why there's huge opportunity here, and now just plug into it, as opposed to try to manage it on your own. Because again, when things are so chaotic as they are now, you got to be agile. That means you got to take advantage of opportunities. It seems like every day something new and something hot, a new version of a clubhouse is coming out. And so your goal is just to be on what's hot. And my goal is to give you the plumbing, give you the funnels, so you can immediately rush into the new trend, the new opportunity, and make money doing that. And then, of course, I'm channeling these too. I'm telling you, this is what's going to be good for people to buy. This is what's going to be helpful to them. I let you validate that for yourself. So it's not a just trust me, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But essentially, we figured out a way to develop hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff, ensure true value, and hand it to you for next to nothing. All right? In short, what we do in Affiliate Triad is we attempt to find the best offers on the market that perfectly match the state of what's happening online right now in the market. So we say, here's what's going on. What is the very best offer, meaning the best value for the price, and meaning what has the most success stories from its base of users. So average everyday folks could replicate it. Oh, okay. This takes me 40 to 50 hours per offer. Believe it or not, it's that hard to find a 10 out of 10 offer. It's relatively easy to find a 6 or a 7 out of 10 offer. It's not easy, but it's not hard to find like an 8 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10. But I don't want you to have an A- offer. I want you to have an A+ offer. And so that's the first thing we do. And then we build webinars and sales funnels to promote these offers. And so I personally write the webinars. And in some instances, they're 50,000 plus word webinars and 500 plus slide webinars. And they're all unique and they're all specifically designed from scratch. And so only our Affiliate Triad members have access to utilize and leverage these webinars. And then what's cool is what we offer at the end of these webinars are very, almost always exclusivities, meaning that there are offers that we've negotiated that can't be offered anywhere else. And we get extra perks thrown in for you and for the people you will refer to them as well that are found nowhere else on the internet. And I will tell you, it has been the single most rewarding and great thing that we have done for the internet marketing marketplace in general, for our customers, for our clients, and then for us as well. So we just come hot off the heels of a promotion that generated, I don't have the final numbers. I don't know if we broke 2 million or not. We very well might have, but I wanted to be extra safe. So I knew before all the numbers were even in that our members in Affiliate Triad over a 9-day period generated $1.75 million in sales for our last Done For You promotion that we created for them, that they were able to install and set up on their own in about 15, 20 minutes. They got to capture every lead. And then because they're promoting other people's products and making 50% in this instance of the sale, they keep 100% of their commissions. So was this a good result? This was an unbelievably good result. But once you look under the hood, you're going to see why. Because they got to promote 3 Jason Fladlien webinars. And they got to take over this funnel that was done for them. And this isn't even the full thing. This is just a cute little screenshot of part of it. So webinar 1, webinar 2, webinar 3, we developed all that. We built all that up for them. They got to just refer it out however they wanted to drive traffic, even if it was word of mouth, even if it was something fancier. They tapped into that and they were able to leverage 3 webinars as if they'd done 3 webinars. they were able to take advantage of our exclusive bonuses that we negotiated for them, which, by the way, the retail value of those bonuses exceeded the cost of the investment of the thing that they were promoting. They got to review the product before they promoted it. And this is a $2,497 product that they reviewed. And they got to review that as part of being an affiliate Triad. And then for each sale they generated, they got to keep all of their commissions, which was like $1,200 on a full pay sale. So one referral, $1,200 in the pocket. And then we allow every single person who promotes an affiliate Triad to build an email list. And we have the whole thing set up for them. So essentially they start building an email list, and then we write all the emails for them to send it out. And that's why I'm super excited to extend you the opportunity for a very limited time to try out. You don't have to buy all the way into it. I just want you to try out affiliate Triad, because we have another huge done for you promotion coming up in April that also should be a mega winner. And this one is for a $1997 product, so a $2,000 product, which you will get review access to see the whole thing. We're going to have a brand new funnel built out that you can just tap into, done for you A to Z, to promote something that has never been promoted before, by the way, because the way I designed and carved this offer is specifically unique to tap into what's going on right now, but also to differentiate. So you have something to promote that nobody else ever has promoted before. And that's going to be exciting. And again, you got to keep all the money you earn as an affiliate. So whatever your commission is, so 50% of a $1,997 product. And we're going to do all the heavy lifting for you. Now, more on how we can make this happen here soon, because normally something like this would be physically impossible. It would make us go broke doing something like this. But I'll break that down. But before I do that, I just want to let you know and extend the invitation if you're already ready to join. What I've just talked about is a mere fraction of the total value that you're going to get at your fingertips in affiliate Triad. And you can see for yourself for just $15. So you can take advantage of our 15 and 15 trial, meaning you pay $15 for 15 days access, and then you will be able to see the whole thing for yourself. So if you want to already sign up and you know that this is right for you, and you're going to get the whole funnel. Now, caveat, it's not done yet. It won't be released yet. Don't plan on it in your 15-day trial. This is just to get you in and get you geared up so when it is released, you're ready to go right away. However, what you're going to discover is we have some of the best traffic training programs for you that you get full access to already waiting for you. We already have money-making opportunities and done-for-you funnels that you can tap into and you can make money with. You will discover that we release reseller licenses to some of our best-selling products, and you can keep all the money you make with them. You're going to get a massive amount of value in terms of all these trainings and all these resources. We have mentor calls. We have coaching. We have real-time support. We have a whole marketing suite that we will rebate for the first full year that you utilize this, because we want to have you have everything in your willpower that is needed to succeed, and we want to pay for it all for you. And so this is how this trial came to be, just so you know. We had to develop this because I said to Will, I said, I cannot possibly describe the beautiful sunset that I've seen before my eyes in Hawaii. I said, I could write thousands of words on it, and I could not do it justice. But if I could take somebody to sit on the mountain with me and we could look at it together, I wouldn't have to utter a single word. And I'm like, that's what we have in affiliate Triad. We have something that the value is so overwhelming in terms of good, not in terms of complicated, in terms of, wow, this is so incredible. It defies explanation, but experiencing it is very easy. And you're going to say, wow, this is for me or this is not for me. And I'm okay with either decision, mind you. I just want you to know what it's like before you decide whether you truly want to get in or not. If you truly want to get in, it's $3.99 a month after that. And you can cancel anytime you want to. No obligations, none of that stuff, none of that funny business, right? Or if you say, this isn't for me, you just drop us a line at support@rapidcrush.com and we will gladly cancel out your trial. And all you're out is $15. But I am very confident that for most of you, what you're looking for is an unfair advantage in this business. You're looking at a way to get 10 times further ahead than the next person with 1/10 of the effort. And you're looking at any and every possible insight, leverage that you can do or things that you can tap into that normally you would need but don't have to have now in order to make money with. And you want that speed, you want that ease, you want that community, you want that support. And I think Affiliate Triad does it better than anywhere else you're going to find online. And because I'm so confident of that, I'm going to let the product do most of the talking for me. I'm going to let the experience do the heavy lifting for me. I just want you to risk $15 today. And then if you like it, stay. And if you don't, leave. Now, very quickly here, I'm going to break down with some new insights the 4 rules of internet marketing. All right. However, before I do that, I do want to take a quick gander at any questions that may have come up or that are coming up right now, because I'm rocking it today without Will. This is kind of fun for me. I'm working it without a net. Okay. So give me 1/2 of a second. I'm going to tap into. Hector says, approximately how much money do you need to promote programs with paid ads? Any and everything, or zero at all, Hector. So I'm going to talk about here very shortly how you can drive traffic for free. We have ways to drive traffic at generally 1/5 of the cost that normal advertising would entail for you. And we have anything and everything in between. I firmly believe the traffic programs that are inside Affiliate Triad that you get for free, because we've acquired the rights or we've licensed them for you, it's the best traffic training you could ever hope to get. And that's not even the main feature of Affiliate Triad. And Leslie says, will we be promoting the ASK method? Leslie, I'm glad you're clued in. Sort of. So I'm going to talk about that here briefly, but I've been working a deal privately for this next promotion that I think is better than anything that they've ever done. And you'll see why once you discover how I'm going about it. Okay. Now here's what's great. Tom says the last product is too late to promote. For now, it is, Tom. We will promote it again in Affiliate Triad, but here's a big lesson of marketing that I think is important. This is why a lot of people can't make money online. Event-based marketing is the most effective type of marketing that exists. So just think about it this way. What's more interesting, watching the Super Bowl in real time or watching a recording of it a week later? It's obvious. It's a no-brainer, right? Even if you're watching the Super Bowl on TV, watching it while it happens is far more interesting than a week later watching a recording of it. So the upside of event-based marketing is super powerful. The downside of event-based marketing is somebody's got to be there in real time. So for like the event that we did for the last promotion, it was 16-hour days for me and 16-hour days for Will and for a lot of our team members. And it was over 1,000 hours of input to do it live in the flesh and in person. Now, our audience of Affiliate Triad members, what they're doing is capitalism. They are capitalizing on our efforts. And we've just found out a way to where we can do it where they can win and we can win as well. And then the end user wins and then the vendor wins who created the product. That's where the quad win comes in. And so that is how we do it. Now, obviously, you missed the last one. I don't want you to miss the next one. You feel me? Especially when you can get in for $15 for the first 15 days. So as always, there's a certain run-up period that is nice to have. It's not necessary, but it's nice. So if I can get you up and even get you making money before the next promotion hits, then you're going to do even better than if I'm last minute, okay, get in now so we can promote right away. We've just discovered the cadence, if you will, works better when we do this. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Mansour says, do I need to run Facebook ads? Absolutely not. And we'll talk more about advertising here in a second, okay? But you do not need to. And in fact, for most of you, it won't make sense to. And if you do run Facebook ads, I'm going to tell you right now with the trainings that we have for you, you will not run them in the way that you think you should run them. Because if you run them in the way everybody else is doing, you're not going to get any results with them. Trust me, you won't. But if you find very creative ways, which we've already found for you, all of a sudden Facebook ads can be viable. But they are not the main way that we teach you to promote these offers. Not even close. I like to think of that as that's your PhD level. I'm just getting you started in elementary school, but we figured out a way to be elementary school and make money together. Edmund says, what kind of products are promoted? In which platforms are they promoted? Great question. So we promote products traditionally in 2 different fields. One is in the digital marketing space and the other is in the personal development space, because between those, we encapsulate and cover pretty much all of the valuable markets that are online. But specifically, the products that I find and try to promote are the ones that I believe are the very best by far at what they do and what they promise, that also aligns with what the market is most interested in now. And so in short, I find the hottest products that convert the best that are also the most valuable, which sounds simple. It's the hardest thing I do. Now, what platforms are they promoted? You don't have to worry about that. Affiliate Triad, we've built what's called middleware. So it communicates between the platform and Affiliate Triad members, and that allows us better affiliate tracking than you'll see in any other affiliate program that exists. We can track at 5 levels deeper than how anybody else does. Because our goal, by the way, is to make you as much money as possible. Now, I'm going to explain why here very briefly, how we've changed the rules of internet marketing to be incentivized by your success in a very real, very practical way, not in a kumbaya, it feels good when we hang around together at the campfire sort of way, right? Like in a real sense, the more money you make, the more money I make. So we'll get back to that here in a second, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and continue on, and then we'll circle back, and we're going to look at some questions here in a second. All right, let's talk about the new rules of internet marketing. Here they are. Rule number 1, you need things to be more simpler than ever. So when things become more chaotic, you make things simpler. Simplify. So what I did not understand, because I've been really pondering this for the last 4 months, is this: every time I thought I made it simple, it wasn't simple enough. So I said, can we make it simpler again? Now, here's the caveat. You can't oversimplify. You can't say, well, 3 wheels is simpler than 4 wheels, so let's only put 3 wheels on the vehicle. But what our goal is to do is make it so simple that it's harder to fail than it is to succeed. So regardless of what you're doing, you need everything to be simplified. So like Affiliate Triad, we pick the offers for you. Because how are you supposed to know what's the hottest offers to promote? How are you supposed to know what the angles are and what the positioning is and all that kind of stuff? We pick the niches for you. We pick the platforms for you. And then we just build it together to where you don't even have to know how the electricity works. All you got to do is flip the light switch on. So regardless of how you move forward in this life, right now, more than ever, things need to be simplified. Now, there was a period in time where it was smart to be complex because technology was in its infancy and because there was so few ways to reach an audience on social media, and you could count all the social media platforms on one hand with fingers to spare. Is that today, though? No. So when everybody else is overcomplicating things, you need to simplify them. And as a result, you'll feel better and you'll do better. Rule number 2, community is more important than ever. See, when things become chaotic, you have to outsource the value. You have to somehow channel the collective knowledge of the group. You may have been able to get away with being a lone wolf before, maybe, but nowadays it's impossible. There's too much going on for any one person to be able to even manage 1% of it. The challenge is finding the right community. So I'm going to break down community best practices here in a bit so you can choose which community or communities make the sense to you. Because unfortunately, the downside of the internet these days is it's easier than ever to spin up a community. And as a result, there's a lot of really bad communities that drain you. They don't empower you. But the right community is now more important than ever. Has a community always been important? Of course, it's always been important. But right now, it's just more important than it ever has been before. It's like, oxygen is always important. But if you're in a small sealed container that doesn't have air coming in, all of a sudden oxygen becomes extra important. And that's where community lands right now. Rule number 3, more people are in more different places than ever before, hence the hyper specialization. I don't think you can niche micro enough. I think so many different people are in so many different places mentally and physically, emotionally, and spiritually in their journey right now, that they are looking for something that calls them out by name and they expect to get it. And you could say, well, that's entitlement, and maybe that is, but it doesn't matter. If they expect it and you can provide it to them, you will be rewarded for it and you will make money. So you have to figure out, how do I attract these people? So the way that we design offers in Affiliate Triad is we take what I call a wide mouth offer. What I mean is it's universally applicable to the widest amount of people that exist on the planet. And then I give you the insights of how you can specify the conversation. So, hey, you over there becomes, you want to go after this pocket, you want to go after that pocket, you want to go after that pocket. And because we get them done for you and you can easily leverage them and easily tweak them, that's where you can win very easily and very effectively. And so we want to capitalize on that. This is why we love to do what we do by creating the done for you, so you can focus specifically on the different little pockets of profit that exist out there. There's millions of it. The way I best think about it is there are 4 oceans on the planet, but even in Minnesota, there's like 10,000 lakes. So we want to jump up and down, not even in lakes, we want to jump up and down in puddles. And there are millions and millions of puddles, and they're super profitable. So that's rule number 3, is we want to hyper specialize and hyper target. Rule number 4, crowdsourcing value is more important than ever before. So obviously, if we can find a way to take up all the parts and add them up, they can be greater than the sum of those parts. But how do we do that? How do we crowdsource value? Well, this is how we do it. There are only 3 elements. You want to talk about simplification. There are only 3 elements that determine your success online with anything you do. That's offer, audience, and message. And so all of these are important. It's like you can't have one without the other 2. You can't have a one-legged stool or a 2-legged stool. It needs all 3 of these legs in order to be successful. So we got to do all 3 of these correct. So what does that mean for an offer? Well, that means for us is we negotiate and create exclusivities for you to get the best offers that exist on the internet. And then we make the best even better. And then we only allow affiliate Triad members the opportunity to leverage and promote those offers. And then you know what we do? We optimize them even further. So we make bonuses, and we do better than money back guarantees. And we do things like what are called rebates, where we say, hey, complete this program and we will pay out of our own pocket if you are able to complete it. So, or we go to the creator and we say, hey, what's the coolest thing you have right now that's not for sale? And they say, we have this. I say, can we put that in this offer to make it unique for our audiences and our affiliate Triad members that nobody else can do? And more often than not, because of my reputation more than anything, they say yes, because I have that reputation of if we back an offer, we're going to make somebody a millionaire. And so I generally get more than what's normally and reasonably possible, but I leverage that on your behalf. Regardless, though, you're going to need these crushing offers, these offers that are so good, people feel like it costs more to say no than it does to say yes. So the upcoming offer that we have for Affiliate Triad, this is the number one thing that I evaluate when I look at things to create for our Affiliate Triad members, done for you funnels, is who's succeeding with this model. Not what's the price point, not how cool does it sound, not, wow, how great of a teacher is the content creator, or wow, look at everything they get, what's the thud factor? No, I say, who's making money with this? And if nobody is, then I don't care how good the program is put together, and I don't care how good it will convert. Because if customers aren't using it to make money, I don't like it. So then when I find the offers that are making money for customers, that's customers who buy them, I say, are they of a specific type, right? Are they only white males over the age of 55 with a college education? If so, I'm not interested in that. I want offers where every skin color, every demographic, every psychographic, every generation from X to Gen Y to Gen Z to Gen whatever gen they have now, right? And whatever gen they will have in the future. That's the next thing that I look at it. Then I look at it as, are these people starting from scratch who are successful, or did they already have inbuilt resources? Because if you're on mile 25 of a marathon, and then I coach you to mile 26, I can't take credit for getting you over the finish line. So if somebody was already a millionaire and they made another $100,000, that doesn't count for me. So I investigate these resources, these success stories, and I get an understanding of them. That's what I do. So this upcoming Affiliate Triad offer has already over 1,000 customer success stories, and it has them in every sort of way that you could imagine to make money online, from selling physical products to selling digital products, coaching services, all that kind of stuff, business to business, business to consumer, brand new beginners, affiliate marketing, on and on and on. See, in Affiliate Triad, if we can, we like to double dip. Anything you promote, I also want you to be able to use yourself. So like if you're selling a shovel so somebody can dig for gold, I want you to also have the choice to, if you wish to, dig for gold yourself. But you want to have offers like this. Now, I will tell you this. Most people who have offers like this, they don't do a good job of making the success stories for their customers evident. They talk too much about their own story. But nobody cares about the person on the stage. They care about in the crowd. They want people like them who have succeeded. So I'll go through these 1,000 success stories, figure out what the things are, and then speak from that perspective. And I think no matter what you do, if you can find things that have winners, winning customers behind them, which is rare, by the way, in this business, that's what you should get behind. And so that's our criteria for creating the best offer. Who has the most proof in terms of real world customer results? The second thing is messaging. So just because you have something great doesn't mean people will buy it. They have to understand that it is great. They have to be able to appreciate it before they purchase it to understand just how great it is and if it's worth exchanging their money and their time for it. So here's the number one way that I do this to create my messaging. Because people say, man, Jason, you're really good on a webinar. I'm like, yeah, that's called tip of the iceberg. You see the 2 hours I do a webinar. You don't see the 2,000 hours I've prepared for that webinar ahead of time. That's below the tip of the iceberg. So this is the best way to get your messaging correct. You go through and you read every potential comment that you can get your hands on from people who are considering buying the thing that's being promoted. Not exactly just customers. I want to know the people that are deciding, should I be a customer or not? And I want to be able to read their mind. I want to intimately know and understand every problem, every challenge, every concern, every worry, everything that excites them, everything that scares them to death. And I want to be able to be them almost. I want to know the interior of their world so well that I could be them for a day if I had to be. And that's the secret more than anything of understanding that and then creating messaging around what's going on with the customer and where they're at right now. Because I got to meet them where they're at before we can take them to where we want them to go. So for this upcoming offer, I have the delight. This is so fun for me, by the way. You would not believe this. Some people think I'm a masochist, and maybe I am. Because I have 9,762 comments that I am going to read through for this upcoming offer. Now, I don't have to, by the way, because I already have seen the proof of how well it has sold by its creator. But I like to go that extra level. I like to get that extra little juice that nobody does. Because a little bit more translates into a lot more in terms of my ability to make you money. So I'm going to do that for you. I am going to be the person who reads through the 9,762 comments and reads through every one of the 1,000+ success stories. And this is how we channel messaging. And this is how we create records in the affiliate marketing space. Now, what's cool is you're outsourcing the messaging to me. That's what you're doing. So your membership into Affiliate Triad, you outsource the offer creation to us. We find the best offers and the best positioning for them. You outsource the messaging to us. Now, here's what's really cool. Some of you will like this and some of you, it won't matter too much to you. I also break down for you the messaging in my over the shoulders. So I'll say, Jason here's my blank slide deck. Here's where I'm thinking that this webinar will be created. And here's how I'm thinking it will go. And then I'll check in with you a couple of days later. Here's what I've gotten so far. Here's what I've understood now. And here's why I've done what I've done. Right? Now, some of you won't care, but some of you, that'll be the most valuable thing that you'll experience in the program because you want to know how to learn something. Think about it this way. Do you only learn how to swim by sitting in the seminar or watching YouTube videos on it? Or do you learn to swim being in the pool? So I'm teaching you in the water what it looks like in the real world, not theoretically in the classroom, right? So that's messaging. We're also then going to take that messaging and build all of our communication for you so you can use that communication. And that's why these things will respond better for you putting them out there than anything that you're used to before. And then what about audience, right? That's the toughest part, getting in the audience. That's why some of you were asking about Facebook and all that kind of stuff. What's cool is, we have 3 separate awesome training programs on traffic that I think are really, really powerful. That none of them are the traditional ways you think of driving traffic, which makes them better. So you get access to all those. If you were to buy those courses, it would cost you over $3,000. So yes, you could take advantage of me, log in for 15 bucks and essentially download all that information into your head and walk away. I would put this up against any traffic training program that exists, even though that's not what Affiliate Triad is. But also, because we can leverage the offer that's already been out there for what we're going to promote as an affiliate, here's what I do that nobody else does. I sit down with the creator of the product and I says, give me every piece of data you have. I want to know everything that went right when you promoted this from a traffic generation, everything that went wrong, what worked, what didn't work, what affiliates did well with it, what they did, what they didn't do. Open up the kimono. And they do. Why? Because they want me to help you make them money. Because you make money, they make money, right? So for example, with this upcoming promotion, this is what's really exciting. So again, I'm still not advocating you do Facebook. For those of you who just got a Facebook itch and you want to scratch it, I have real data, proven results, and this is just a small screenshot. But if you want to say, how do I run Facebook? I have specific examples of where you can run it through that in this particular case, $14.08 per action, meaning that it would cost you $14.08 to generate a $980 commission if you could replicate this. Now, obviously, past results don't predict future, blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? More important to me is I can show you specific examples. Now, let me spill a little bit about the candy in the lobby here before we get to the movie. The reason why this works so well is because we get the audience to self-identify first. If they say, I'm a beginner, then on your behalf, we send them beginner sort of information. If they say, I'm a coach, then we say, what kind of coach? And they say, I'm a health coach. Then we send them health coach related information. All that's done for you. That's the secret to making Facebook work. That's one of the big secrets to making it work. Now you can tap into that without having to understand any of that. And so it becomes much more easier to just flip the switch to get the lights on than to wire the electricity in the house. What you're going to discover is the things that we teach you on how to promote these done-for-you funnels in Affiliate Triad is it's super natural, super comfortable to you. So you don't have to do hard selling. You don't have to do soft selling. You don't really have to do any selling. All you got to do is get people to come onto the webinars. That's it. So here's the messaging. Here's an example of the messaging that we repeat over and over again to our members and that we pump them up to go out there. We have to say, hey, if you're the least bit interested in all about blank, you might want to watch this free training here. I mean, does that feel like it's a hard pitch? I don't think it does it? Doesn't that feel very low key, very takeaway, very like you probably don't want it, but if you do, maybe possibly want to take a peek over here. And so that is one of the ways that we teach messaging. And then when they get on these webinars, they are absolutely overwhelmingly value first. So they walk away with the education, because one of my big secrets of how I'm so successful on webinars, where I can make you a lot of money in commissions, is because I show them for free better insights than they're used to paying for by a large margin. And then I say, hey, if that's free, what do you get when you buy? And that's our MO. The cool thing is whether they buy or not, they leave better than they showed up. They are more happier. They are more excited. And that's great. So it's a win-win no matter what. But our goal then is to, obviously, for those that it makes sense, they say yes at the end and you make money. What's cool is, like, I don't teach you theoretical examples of how to drive traffic. We take existing Affiliate Triad success stories who have done specifically promoting things inside of Affiliate Triad, and our mentors interview them and we document them. So I don't give you a concept of what might work from a traffic generation standpoint. I show you very specifically, because we know who's making money in Affiliate Triad. We know how successful they are. We know how many commissions they've generated. We track all of that, right? I mean, we're not in there spying on you or doing any goofy nonsense like that. But from a data perspective, we're like, okay, this affiliate has generated this many clicks and this many sales. And so we know every single success story in an Affiliate Triad, and it's staggering. I wish I could show them to you today. I haven't been able to sanitize the data in a way where I could protect privacy, but also demonstrate effectiveness. But we have so many member spotlights that said, here's what I did. And you're going to discover many of them weren't professional marketers. Many of them didn't do anything out of the ordinary. And you could say, whoa, I can just do what they said. And I can get some of that as well. So not only do we have specific formal procedural trainings on traffic and generation and tapping into our funnels, but we also have very specific kind of on the ground reporting. What did you do to become successful? I did this. And we know they're successful because we see how they get their commissions coming in. And there's a specific reason why we track commissions, which I'll tell you in a second, which should get you super excited. The beautiful part of Affiliate Triad is we take none of your commissions from you. That's not how we make our money. You keep every dollar that you make as an affiliate. So if it's an offer like this upcoming one, that's $19.97, and you get 50% on that, you're making close to a G, $1,000, and you are paying us out of that $1,000 commission exactly $0. You keep every dollar that you make. Here's how we win. We get ours from the product creators. So they pay us a bonus for every sale that you make. So you make 50% in this instance, we make 10%, and the product creator makes 40%. So we take it out of their slice of the pie. They're glad and happy to bring it over to us too. Because we say, hey, we got this small team of really, really eager and excited affiliates. We're going to bring them all to your doorstep. And we're going to make them make you as much money as possible, because every time they make money, you make money. Every time you make money, they make money. And we just get a kickback from you. So we get our riches. So this is true Robin Hood style here, right? We get our money from the already successful multimillionaires, and we allow you to keep all of your money and help you become a successful millionaire. Point being, we are obligated to make you money. So if you make $1 million, we have now got $100,000 in bonuses from the product creators, right? If you make 10 million, we make $1 million. The more money you make, the more money we make. Now let's acknowledge how rare something like that is. Most people make money when they sell you a course. So they're not necessarily incentivized to make you successful. In fact, it's counterproductive to them. It's just easier to sell more courses. That's not what we're doing here. Our absolute goal is to make a majority of our revenue as a company at Rapid Crush based on our customer successes. So if you collectively in Affiliate Triad generate 100 million, which you will, we know that's going to happen. That means we have made $10 million. And that's how we scale. That's how we take it to the next level in this business. Now, hearing this is one thing, of course. Anything sounds good on a webinar pitch. Experience it, though. That's really where it matters. And that's why it's now, we've tested this twice. I forgot to update this slide. This is the third time ever that we've made this trial offer. And we might make it a thing. I don't know if we will or not. I will tell you, so far, the trial customers that have come in, oh my God, it's been so wonderful, because our theory was, can we really do it? Can we really overwow them, blow their minds with value? Is it really that good? Let's find out. And sure enough, yes, it was. It was even better than we anticipated. And I want you to experience that too. All you got to do is put $15. You just got to show me you're serious. This is dipping the toe in the water. This isn't diving headfirst into the deep end and not knowing how to swim. This is like dipping the toe in the water. And then if it feels good and you can see it and validate it for yourself, then come on in with us. That's where I'd like for you to go and sign up. Now I'm going to peep over here and look at a couple more questions. And then if you have any more, ask them right now, because I'm going to take a look at what we have thus far. Do you need an email list? Fantastic question. I believe every internet marketer at some point in time should build an email list. You do not need one to start Affiliate Triad. Every successful person that I've known on the internet has started with an email list of 0, and then they build on one person at a time. I am such an advocate of building email that you will be wowed. And I'll talk to you about this here shortly on how we go way out of our way so you can build an email list with us as a byproduct of being an Affiliate Triad. We've solved every email problem that you could ever hope to have. And I absolutely am 100% confident you will not find a better way to build an email list than with us in Affiliate Triad. And again, why? Why? Because I want you to, in future promotions of Affiliate Triad, push a button and make money. I want you to have that, right? So that's why we spend such an unbelievable effort on your half and spend so much money on your half. And I'll show you this here shortly to get you to that position that if you wish to, you will have an email list. But even without an email list, you can do very well in affiliate triad. Most of our success stories, they started with no email list, made money, and then automatically built an email list as a byproduct along the way as being an affiliate triad member. Okay, what's the commission percentage? Great question. So in affiliate marketing, everything has its own agreement between the product creator and the affiliate. Generally, in the industry, it's 50%. So if you're selling a $1,000 product, you refer a sale to it, you get $500 and the product creator gets $500. There are certain things in affiliate triad, like our products that we have in there with done for you funnels. We have evergreen webinar funnels. We have low ticket funnels. We have high ticket funnels. We have all kinds of stuff for you. I barely even talked about that here today. But those are things that are waiting for you. Some of them immediately and others are unlocked over time. But some of those get up to 75% or more. I believe right now they're up to 75%. So whatever the percentages are, we disclose from you. Now, whatever that percentage is, that's all of yours. So if it's this percentage on this sale and it's this percentage on the upsell, we lay that out ahead of time. We tell you exactly what that is, and you'll know what that is. Generally, though, it's 50%. So this primary for affiliates to sell their people's products? Absolutely. So there's two reasons why this is the case. One is our superpower in this business is affiliate marketing. If Will and I could pick one thing that we are good at, it's affiliate marketing. It is by far the thing that we excel at the most. And we have all the records. We have the biggest affiliate promotion of all time, the second biggest affiliate promotion of all time, and then the fourth and the fifth biggest affiliate promotion of all time, and then the seventh biggest affiliate promotion at all time. So we own half of the top 10 biggest affiliate promotions, and we own 4 out of the 5 biggest affiliate promotions of all time. And so Will and I, we take our advantage of what we're the best at, and we give it to you. We're like an FBA, like what Amazon is for internet marketers. Fulfillment by Amazon, so fulfillment by Rapid Crush. So just like they can make third-party sellers be more effective in this, we fulfill all these other things for you in affiliate marketing. Now, the other thing I love about affiliate marketing, it's the greatest way for anybody online to make money. I mean, it should never be the only thing that you ever do. You know, obviously, you should diversify your revenue streams over time, blah, blah, blah. But regardless, it is the easiest hinge, the smallest hinge that swings the biggest door open. Is affiliate marketing. And what I love about affiliate marketing, this is why we're so good at this, and this is why so many people like to do this with us, is I want you to think about this scenario. So let's run it back to last month. So the promotion that Affiliate Triad members had last month. If a customer were to buy the thing that we created a done-for-you funnel for directly from the product creator, they would pay the exact same price as if they bought it through you. But the difference was, we had like 11 exclusive bonuses that they got. We had software that they got. But even greater, we went to the course creators and we negotiated their own IP, their own intellectual property. But we're the only ones that can offer it. So not even the creators of the course could offer their own stuff to their audience. Because we got it just for our peeps. We made that deal. And so now to the end user, guess how much all that additional value costs them? $0. You know the most powerful word in advertising? It's free. And so we sit on the free side. We don't create the products. We just take the products and make them better. And that's where we spend all their time. That's the hack that we've discovered in internet marketing. Somebody's already got all the success stories. Somebody's already got the greatest products. But here's what's really interesting about this. Indulge me for a second if you'll be so kind. Here's what's really interesting about this. When you put your heart and soul into the product, guess what you have left over? Nothing. That's when marketing becomes an afterthought. Will and I can put our heart and soul into the marketing. And we just marry that to the best products. And now you come in. And we've done all that for you. And that's where the miracles happen. Are the resources downloadable or only accessible while in an active member stream from the site? Some of these resources are downloadable. Some of these resources are only available for as long as you're a current member. This is a will question. so I can't elaborate too much more on it than that. But there are certainly things that are protected only for active members. Now, by the way, what's the difference between a trial member and an active member, or a member who's paying the normal rate? No difference. Access is the same. There's nothing that's crippled. There are things that over time get unlocked because we don't want to hit you over the head with too much value too soon. But when you're a trial member or not, we have no differentiator for you. You get the same full-on experience. You get the same access to everything that's available depending on how long you've been a member, regardless of whether you're a full paying member or a trial paying member. So essentially, there is no difference between the two. Do you have an ideal client avatar we can target? So this is what's cool. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but any good product can target hundreds or even multiple hundreds of different avatars. As long as you change the persuasion, I don't want to get too technical here. So back me up if I'm getting a little too geeky on you here. If you put one thing in front of an offer or one thing in front of a funnel, you can change completely who that points to from an audience. So the mistake everybody makes in the marketing, and this is not a beginner mistake, I see absolute pros who should know better make this mistake as well, right? Is they think there is one avatar, when the reality is if you just change the invitation or the opening and say, hey, you over there, you can open it up to tons of different avatars. And that's a lot of what we do. When we create these promotions, what I do, just so you know, I'm going to tell you how the sausage gets made a little bit here, if that's okay. And I'm petting my cat at the same time. So just so you know that. I go to the creator and I say, how many customers you got? And he tells me all the customers of the product, right? Or she tells me all the customers. And sometimes it's 10,000 or more customers. And I say, okay, how did these customers find out about you and how did they buy from you? And they tell me. And then I get in my head all the different on-ramps that will lead to a successful purchase. And then I communicate those with you. I say, these are the audiences that are primed for this. This is the messaging for these audiences. This is how you can go after them. But on the other hand, you should not be too concerned with that. All you got to do is just get anybody and everybody on, because you're not paying the cost of development of these funnels. You're not paying for the overhead of these products being created. You don't have all that support that has to go into these things from start to finish. You have a lot of leeway, so you don't have to be too discerning. You just got to get people on. That's really the name of the game. And so we've opened up the ability for you to make traffic work that normally wouldn't work because of how we've reinvented what success looks like. How can I get traffic if I barely know English and need to use Google Translate to communicate? I am sure you will find a way. Okay? I'm sure you will. And maybe more than one way. So something I haven't talked about yet, but I will touch upon here shortly, is our community is so it's a big reason why we're successful. I know on one hand it's easy because you see me on here and I can make things sound really fun and exciting and cool. And it's because I create a lot of the conversion pieces personally myself, and I have a great team that helps me as well. But ultimately, the big part of success in Affiliate Triad is the constant supporting of its members and how we do that and how we've cultivated a community unlike any other community you've ever seen, because we run the community in a way that nobody else runs it. All right. But a lot of this has to do with the mentors in the community. I don't know how you'll do this. I don't know the specifics, but I'm confident that our team day to day can help you solve whatever problem you face. And then there will be a result for you. The other way to look at it is this. This is a will close for you. This is what Will Matos would say if he was here right now. He would say, well, if you weren't going to do this, how would you solve the problem anyway? What other program could you do right now that wouldn't also have that limitation? And if it also has that limitation, but does it have all these other benefits and advantages that Affiliate Triad has? And will they allow you to try it out and prove it for yourself? And I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense too. So whatever your limitations may be, they're going to continue to exist regardless of whether you sign up for Affiliate Triad or something else. The only difference is I think what Affiliate Triad offers you is greater than everything else. And that's how you will take care of these limitations. Whatever they are, they may be real, but we can manage them and we can overcome them together. And on your own, maybe you can, but maybe you can't. Okay. What other marketing tools do we have to buy? None. I know that sounds preposterous, but see the last line item here that says Kartra? We buy a full, well, so let me take that back. For the first year, you won't have to buy anything. You will sign up for a trial for 30 days of Kartra, and then every 6 months for the first year, we will rebate back the cost of Kartra at the $97 level. If you exceed that limit of that level, it means you're making so much money that you'll be happy to upgrade it. You should, so we hope that happens for you. But the other thing too is after a year, you'll know if you're in the program or not, if you're just kicking butt and taking names. So that is the brilliance of this, is you don't need any other tools. It would blow your mind how much we pay Kartra on your behalf. 6 figures is a routine occurrence for us to transfer money over to Kartra of member stuff that we're buying outright for you. Because I don't want you to have that excuse. Well, I would do it if I had this tool, or I would do it if I had this thing. And then you say, well, what thing should I buy? Should I buy this thing or should I buy that thing? We say, no, we'll just buy it all for you. And so everybody has the same thing. And then we can install funnels on your behalf, lickety split. Now, by the way, we built tech on top of this that is exclusive and not for sale anywhere else. That gives you an advantage over everybody else. And we employ that on your behalf. Right? What is the paid product reseller licenses? So don't take me exactly on the details here, because I could get them wrong and because Will isn't here. But let me give you an example. I have a product I wrote called Double Your Productivity for Life. That product has legit made more than one person a millionaire just by the insights that are in that product. Double Your Productivity for Life. It has a sales letter that is so good, I've seen people buy it just because of the sales letter itself. And I think that is one of the paid product reseller licenses that you get. If not, it's a funnel that you can promote and get like 100% commissions on or something like that. But essentially, we created this funnel for you that has a note from the editor being you. And it's already written. And it plugs your name in, you plug your name into it. And it says, hey, I'm one of a handful of people here that has the rights to offer this to you. And this is a program that I absolutely think is going to be just the thing for you if you need to increase your productivity. Now, by the way, who's that market for? Who's interested in increasing their productivity and their time management skills? Tens of millions of people, gigantic market from a product that I have successfully sold tens of thousands of, and I have woefully undermarketed it. I haven't really marketed it at all. And so we've had more than one member just on that product, because it's a cheap product, cheap in terms of its price point. It's like $10 or $12 or $15. I can't remember what, right? We've had people just off that one product alone pay for a year or more of their affiliate Triad membership. And that's an example of a paid product reseller license. Jason, can you please explain the program in which we will be promoting from the start? So there's 2 ways that we move forward in affiliate Triad. And this is why it's so much easier if you just sign up. Things will make a lot more sense than me trying to explain it, although I'm doing the best I can here. So you have 2 things that you can promote at any given time. The big promotion that's going on. So that isn't starting yet. That will be in April. And there's a calendar at Affiliate Triad that tells you everything that's coming up for the rest of the year. It'll tell you when things are going to be released and all that kind of stuff, right? As well as the mentoring calls, as well as all kinds of other stuff too, right? We have 2 types of promotions, though. We have those real-time promotions that are occurring, and we also have these promotions that are bottled up, that you can tap into and leverage, that are evergreened, but run as if they're being launched in real time, that you can also tap into. So it's a dual track. You always have the opportunity to get ready or promote an existing fresh off the presses promotion. And then we have the tried and true proven promotions that exist as well. Some of those are from us, and some of those are from things that we have promoted in Affiliate Triad that we've locked down evergreen deals for. So there's always money-making opportunities that exist there. And again, everybody talks about here's how you automate this, here's how you evergreen that, here's how you simulate this, blah, blah, blah. Nobody actually does it right. We do it. And you just get to tap into that. I have a rebate funnel in there for Unite Challenge that you can promote. And it's essentially, we pay out of pocket for anybody who completes that program. We give them all their money back. So it's like a $17 program. They complete it. We give them $17 back. And you get to keep all your commission promoting that product. You get to keep it all. Isn't that cool? And we will pay out of pocket. It will cost us money to do that on your behalf. And we take care of the accounting. And I wrote a video sales letter for it that is just incredible. It's so damn good. And then guess what happens? You now get somebody on your email list, which we run and manage for you. You get full control over it, but we do all the work to do the email. And then that sets you up to make money on the back end through like prosperity algorithm and some of these other options that we've dialed in and hooked in for you. And that is a micro specific example. There is way more than that, though, that is available to you. And I know what you're thinking. Some of you are thinking, oh my God, this sounds like a lot, and I'm going to be overwhelmed. You will be momentarily overwhelmed, but not for very long, because of the community, because of the mentoring calls, because of the amazing documentation that we have in here, and really how we've dialed it in and streamlined it. Okay. And I have a couple more questions I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to move on, but keep the questions coming. My assistant Sabrina is marking them for me, and I will answer each and every single one of them. Realistically, if starting out with a list of 0 and we follow the exact process as you advise, how long will it be before you can expect us to make at least $10,000 a month in commission? I do not know. It's a fair question. Last time we did this, I should have showed the testimonial because I had it. I shot a video on it. The video is inside of Affiliate Triad right now. We had more than one member make money before their trial was up. Okay. Now, was it 10,000 in commissions? No, I don't think so. Maybe it was. I think for some people it was. This is not a short-term cash grab. This is a long-term cash grab. And we're grabbing with more than just a hand and a couple of claws, right? We're bringing a dump truck in there, loading the dump truck up, and that's the kind of cash grab that we're grabbing. So I don't know what you could make in the short term. More important to me is it's going to move you further along in your business and making money online than anything else that I could recommend to you for the long term. And that's what I want. And again, I'm going to let it prove itself. I'm in signing up and seeing for yourself. Jason, how many hours do you recommend we spend to get significant benefits? Fantastic question. Thank you for asking it. Okay. And then make a note of this, Sabrina, because this is where I'm going to, oh, you're crossing them out perfectly. I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to show you a couple more things, and then I'm going to circle back and answer some more questions. How many hours do you recommend we spend to get significant benefits? I don't think the hours specifically, the quantity-wise matter. I think it's the consistency that matters more. And this is going to be different for everybody. And there are going to be times when you have more time on your hands to dive into this deeper, and there's going to be times where you have almost no time. I have seen members do really well with as little as 10 minutes a day on average. Other members, this is some of the most enjoyable time they spend on a day-to-day basis. So they spend hours inside of Affiliate Triad. And they don't do that necessarily because it makes them money. They do it for reasons other than that. It just makes their life better. It just makes them happier as an individual. But just like anything, here's my answer to you. My answer to you would be very simple. It's like, what amount of time would you like to focus on? What do you think would be good? If it wasn't Affiliate Triad and something else, how much time would you set aside to give it an honest effort? Well, that's your number for this. And we'll right size it. If it's too little of a number, we'll help you pick it up if that's the case. Or if it's too much of a number, we'll dial it down. If that's the case, we'll get it right. Because this is the thing. A lot of courses represent the things like we've already got it right and it's static and we already know the answer. But that's not how the world works, right? Instead, we say, we got you in and we're always going to be optimizing to make it even better for you, easier for you, and more effective for you. So the answers change. But the great thing is the money changes in the right direction too, and your capacity to help and to be profitable also increases. I'm going to read one comment and then I'm going to move on. Comment from an Affiliate Triader says, I love being an Affiliate Triader. Something not often mentioned is the joy of having a certain plan for achievement. So every day is a stressless joy with a target of achievement and income. Thank you so much for sharing that. I just scared my cat with that. Thank you so much for sharing that. There is a lot of value in that. We basically have automated your decision-making. So you don't have to wake up saying, what should I do today? How should I make money today? What should I focus on today? Right now, if you want to do all that extra stuff, great. But for a lot of people just starting out, we basically say, this is the plan. Here's your marching orders, go. And they're not really marching orders, right? It's just very clearly keeping you focused. Because here's what the rest of the world's doing, pulling you in a million directions. And we're like, hey, listen, no. You got to stay right here. Okay, let's move on real quickly. I want to talk about something that I think is super important. Congruency. Okay, you can sell jets without owning a jet. That is certainly true, but it absolutely does feel more comfortable recommending something to someone if you've personally been able to go through it. and if you've personally been able to vet it, right? So here's your serious disadvantage in this business. And it's a major disadvantage. It's something that has driven me nuts for years, which is one of the reasons why we solved this issue for you. I never have to pay for a course, ever. I can get any course in internet marketing I want for free. And in fact, I don't even ask half the time. Most of the time, and I actually never ask, to be honest with you, because if I like something, I pay for it. That's just my philosophy. But people throw their courses at me because they want me to promote it. So I don't even have to ask, and I get thousands and thousands of dollars on a weekly basis worth of courses that people give me access to. However, for you, the only way you can see if something is good as it sounds is to buy it and then go through it. So what a disadvantage you have in this market. See, big affiliates, we don't pay for courses because, again, the course creator wants us to promote it. But they look at you and they say, we'll make more money from you as a customer than we would as an affiliate. So you have to buy it. And I think that I don't like it. It pisses me off, honestly. It's like, it reminds me of during the rollout of the payment protection program, whatever the hell they called it, where they're like, okay, in the United States, we're going to give all these small businesses money to help save them. And guess who got the money? Oil companies and like restaurant chains, multi-conglomerations that were in some cases $1 billion market cap, public traded companies, not dry cleaners, right? Not local mom and pop pizzerias. And that's normally how the world works. And so I can't really do much about that, but I can do something about it in this space. I can take our position as Rapid Crush, the #1 affiliate, and advocate on your behalf. And that's, damn it, that's what we do. And so this is always a touchy point when we go to these course creators, but we say to them, here's the deal. If we are going to promote your product, it is a requirement that our members get review access to that product, that they are able to go through it, just like an affiliate would normally go through it. That's a big time affiliate. And if they say, hey, Jason, well, my product sells for $1,997. That's not a fictitious price. That's actually what it sells for. I say, I don't care. If we play game, if we play ball together, the name of the game is you give access. Now, it's not in perpetuity. It's not forever, but it's more than enough time for you to go through it, understand if it's good or not, and if you like it, and if you want to get behind it, and even if you want to personally use it for your own benefit. Great. Every affiliate Triad member will be able to go through and review the whole course for free, just as if you were a big-time affiliate. And that includes our products, too. I want you to have the opportunity that anything you promote in Affiliate Triad, you can review it. Period. Here's my belief. My belief is you should only promote things that you personally believe in. And if you can't see what you're promoting, then how can you believe in it? Now, by the way, this is how most of affiliate marketing works. Have you ever got the sneaking suspicion when people are promoting stuff to you that they've never even seen the thing that they've promoted? If you have, then congratulations, you're not paranoid. You are absolutely on the mark, because that's how it works. Most affiliates don't look at the things that they promote. I don't like that. I don't do that. I don't want you to do that. I want to always give you the option to look at it if you wish to. And in fact, I want you to personally be able to use it if you wish to. So my feeling is this, that the things that we go out of our way to secure for you, if you look at them, you'll be like, damn, this is really good. Wow, I can see how these types of people would benefit greatly from this. And then you will also understand and appreciate, whoa, look at the 45 hours Jason spent on that webinar. He really went the extra mile so this audience could truly understand the value of what they're getting. And in a lot of instances, they actually thank us for purchasing. When they purchase, they say, thank you for selling this to me, because they appreciate it. And I want you to be in on that so you can see the inside of what's really going on and maybe get excited about it. And then that excitement becomes contagious. And then that translates into, and more than anything else, it's the easiest way for you to make big fat commissions, because all of you have sold products in your life and not got paid for them. Just simply because you were enthusiastic about it, you started telling your friends, you started telling coworkers, strangers on the street that you would meet. They'd say, hey, you like that thing? I saw you using it. You say, I love it. I think you should get it too. And they're like, okay, I will. And you're like the best salesman and you didn't even know it. That's what we want to foster here. Because again, the more money you make, the more money I make. And also, just to reinforce the point, this allows you to dig for gold as well as sell the shovel. So when I call this the year of the shovel, what I'm referring to is People want opportunities to better themselves now more than ever, especially because of the climate that we find ourselves in. And I think it's your best way to make money is being a shovel seller first and foremost. Selling the shovel, I feel, is mandatory in 2021. Digging the gold is optional. I want to give you the option to, if you wish to, do both, and selectively if you wish. Sell the shovels on a day-to-day basis and occasionally dig for the gold by utilizing the same techniques and trainings that are in the programs that you're promoting. Very briefly, I want to touch upon our community, and then I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. Nobody can succeed on their own. We all know that. That's a fact. And these days, more so than ever. Real value is achieved through the collective power of the right kind of group. And we knew that going in when we first created Affiliate Triad, which was in May of last year or April last year. I can't remember. It's been about a year. And we're like, we don't know in what specific ways we will crowdsource value, but we want to create the ability to do that. And now we have very specific ways. Now looking back 11 months later, like, oh, that's how we did it. And now we can do it more deliberately. So for example, 6 months ago, Jonathan Green came up to us with a concept of a product that he was working on, and he wanted us to do a done for you funnel for Affiliate Triad members. And we said, first, you absolutely need to make the product do X, Y, and Z 1, 2, and 3 before we'd ever consider it. And Jonathan spent 5 months doing just that because, the motivation for him to do that was clear. If we endorsed it, it could make him millions. And then at the end of 2020, Jonathan came back to us and says, here's what it is. And we said, great, it looks awesome. Now we're going to prove it. Now we're going to validate it. And here's how we validate it. We allowed every member of Affiliate Triad to go through it for free, so they could experience it in real time as Jonathan taught it. They became part of the course creation process. And only then, if they loved it, were we going to say, okay, we'll build something around it. So if he can help them be more successful, then we'll create the done for you offer to his program, promote the hell out of it. Affiliate Triad members will do really well with it because a lot of them have succeeded. A lot of Affiliate Triad members made money following Jonathan's training, right? And you may have recently saw him do a webinar. It wasn't a Jason Fladlien webinar. We can all agree on that. He missed a lot of issues. But when I come and write the webinar, it's going to be incredible because his proof is outrageous. And so many Affiliate Triad members are the best amount of proof because we had them go through the training in real time and validate it from that perspective. Most important to me is the concept that has came out of Affiliate Triad that I call the Farm League. And so I got this from baseball. My wife's a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan. And the only team to win more World Series in baseball than the Cardinals are the Yankees. But the difference between the two is the Yankees' bankroll is a lot bigger. The Yankees have more of an opportunity to buy talent. But a small market Midwest team, they have to grow their own talent from scratch. So instead of buying the best up-and-comers, they created their own. And we're doing the same thing here. We find what's likely to be the future best offer of tomorrow. We help shape it today. Affiliate Triad members get first seat at the table to test these offers and go through them and benefit from them first. And then if they hit big, they also then can promote such offers, especially when I get involved and design the whole funnel for them. And that's what we have here. In short order, you're going to find that some of the best products that ever come out in internet marketing first got their start behind the scenes in Affiliate Triad. If you always felt like you're the last person to know about the next big thing, usually it's because you are. Because you have to have a secret in the inner circle. You have to have a seat at the table of the inner circle to really get in on the ground floor. And now you can. We bring this to you with Affiliate Triad. And it's a double benefit. In this case, Jonathan's program specifically shows you a very genius way to drive traffic. And the more traffic you drive in Affiliate Triad, the more money you make. And I love that. Also, in instances like these, when you're part of the program as it unfolds, and then you're part of the results, it becomes so easy for you to make money with these products. And I extra love that. And this is just one small way that the farm system crushes it. And I'm barely scratching the surface. You have to see it for yourself inside of Affiliate Triad. You got to experience the community. I'm going to break down the community here a little bit more in a second. But right now, what I want you to do is if you haven't signed up yet, I want you to sign up. And if you're not sure if you should sign up or not yet and have a question, put it in. I'm going to pop over here and look at some of the questions that we do have teed up after I get a drink of water. All right, so there's one. What would you recommend as a monthly ad budget? I love this. When we start making decent sales for the first month. All right. My personal preference is you start with an ad budget of $0. I believe the techniques that you'll discover inside of Affiliate Triad to start promoting don't require any paid advertising to start with. Now, I am one person. I have my own personality and my own taste. Other people have a different taste. Some people prefer to spend money right up front, and they prefer to do advertising like that. So we have those solutions for you as well. The reality, though, is generally speaking, you don't want to spend a lot of money up front until you know what you're spending money on and its return. So we start always small and cautiously, and we scale out the winners and the losers, right? So I like the idea, though. I like the communication of where it's coming from. Is like, you're like, I want to make money. What do I need to do, Jason? The real question is, what do I need to do? The answer is inside of Affiliate Triad. But that's a great question. If I join now, what can I see and use now? I do not know. What I do know is it's far more than you're probably anticipating. But it's done in a way that makes a lot of sense to you and is super easy and super smooth. But yeah, I couldn't give you a list of each and every single thing. And part of that is the fun, isn't it? It's like, if you celebrate Christmas, imagine telling your kids everything that's in each present on December 23rd. And then they have to wait till December 25th to open them. Part of it is unwrapping the present is what's fun, right? Is a program beginner friendly, a beginner with no following? Absolutely. So here's the challenge that I have. Is usually when you join a program, it's done linearly. So what do I mean by that? It's everybody starts here and then they go to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Do you see the inherent problem with linear type of progression? First of all, the world is very non-linear, right? It's not. And second of all, we're all coming in from different places, and context is important. So Will and I designed this Affiliate Triad so that way we could pull a stranger off the street, and as long as they would pay a little bit of attention and have had somewhat close to average intelligence, they could be below average, not too far below, but they don't have to even be normal intelligence. And so with this, absolutely, as a beginner, you're in right hands, but that doesn't mean that it's only beginner friendly, and that if you have a little bit of understanding of this or a little bit of understanding like that you have to slow down to a crawl of understanding. That's not how it works. Because we have a community that allows a multi-different directional journey and can accommodate you, and very easily, it's a very organic, very malleable thing. I think you're going to find this is your home regardless of what level you are. If you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, I think that you're going to find that this is also going to be a home for you, because we didn't design this in a linear fashion like a course. This isn't a program. This isn't a mastermind. This isn't a training. This isn't coaching. This isn't just a done for you. It's all of those things and so much more. But now can you see my dilemma of how do I explain this? I can't. You got to experience it. How long does it take to set up a simple promotion? Oh my God. Here's the cool thing. So let me give you a little bit of history here. And now we're about to make a huge debut of something new too, by the way. So maybe I'll tell you that as well. When we started, in order for you to set up one of our promos, it took anywhere between 2 to 4 hours, sometimes even longer. And that was painful. And we always gave people an option called the easy button. So instead of setting up the promo, they could just use our already set up one. The only downside is they wouldn't be able to build an email list. We didn't like that, but at least it was like 10 minutes then in that situation, right? And then over the last 11 months, Will and I have secretly developed technology, and then we've debuted it a few months back and tested it to our Affiliate Triad members, where now it takes mere minutes, maybe 15 at most, but usually less, to set up any funnel. Because we built this thing in between that only exists for Affiliate Triad members. And I'll do you one even better. I'm about to do something dangerous here, which is show you something in production that hasn't been created yet live on a webinar. All right, so let me see if I can pull this up. I don't think anybody's seen this yet even. So let me make sure that this is the right one. looks like it is. We have now got to the point where we can now customize all kinds of stuff for you as well. So one of our partners, because we're not the only ones that we have funnels for, we have other affiliate Triad members who have products that are really good that we do done for you funnels with, and you get access to their programs and all that kind of stuff. So this is one of them that we're rolling out right now. Okay. So I designed this myself. They had a landing page that if I can find it, let me see if I can find it. I'm going to be generous to them here. Maybe I can be generous to him here. It wasn't very good. It was pretty ugly. I think I got it right here. And this can decrease conversions. Now, I love these guys. Don't get me wrong, but this was their original page in their funnel, and we've had members test this out, and they've gotten access to this product and the training on it. This is a training product around traffic. Okay, so you'll get access to review this product inside of Affiliate Triad. Now, this is what their funnel looked like before us. It was okay. So I personally redesigned it, and now it looks like this. And let me get in at 100% if I could. Now, here's what's really cool. So our technology will set up this whole funnel from this page to the thank you page, to the order page, to the replay page, and more that's not showing here, stuff like that for you. But now you can do this in less than 15 minutes. And when they click this button, a pop-up pops up and it says, give me your name and email address, and you collect that lead in your system that we cover the first year cost for you. We rebate the first year back. But now look at this new section down here. This one right here. This will be completely customizable. So if you wish to, you could put your own image on here. You don't have to. Of you. If you want to show it, you can. If not, you can hide it, and you can just put your comments on there. If you don't want to write a comment, we'll have a default comment from you, and you can put your name and your title here or whatever if you want to, or you don't have to put any of that in there. And so we take these pages and make them quasi-customizable, and we put default values in them. So now you're recommending something, and if you wish to, your name and your face is going to be on this, or any part of that you want to show, you can show, or if you want to check a button and hide that and be completely anonymous, you can do that as well. So on the thank you page, it says, you're going to get an email from me. It's going to put your name in there, and it's going to be this subject. And then if you want to have a signature, if you want to put your image, you can. PS. If you want to have a PS where you write anything in there you wish to, you totally can. Like the replay here, limited time webinar replay brought to you by, and if you want to put your name in there, you can put your name in there. This is a funnel that will be evergreen, meaning you can promote this thing and it will have a countdown timer that kicks in when you send it out and will expire whenever it's designed to expire. So it has that event-based marketing feel to it that's super effective from conversions, but it doesn't get in the way of you being able to promote it if you want to promote it, when it's done this month or next month or the month after that sort of thing. Okay. So the funnel technology that we've developed, you can't buy it anywhere, but it allows you to tap into better funnels than you've seen before because they're all designed by us, and you can do it in mere minutes. And by the way, if you think it's cool now, you should see the change map, the roadmap of development for the future of this. What we're going to have in the next 12 months is going to knock the socks off of anything, and it's never going to be available for sale to the public. It's only going to be a secret weapon that affiliate Triad members can utilize. And so it's really powerful. And again, it allows you to build up your email. Speaking of which, I want to share this with you real fast. So we'll come back to community here in a second because our community is insane. But let's talk about the email. The number one thing is to build an email list over time. So that way, when we give promotions to you, you click a button and you make money. So everything that you promote is going to have a capture form that's going to add them to your email list. But here's the problem with that. What are you going to offer somebody in exchange for their email list? Most people can't do that. Once they're on your list, what are you going to send them on a day-to-day basis to have that relationship and cultivate that and grow that relationship, right? What kind of offers will you send them? What kind of content would you send them? What about the technology to be able to put people on a list and then send them emails out in mass broadcast fashion? That's why we solve all these problems for you. So first of all, that's why we rebate the first full year of your email technology. So you have the platform. And that's why we give you funnels that will collect the names and the emails for you to your list. We also write every single email that you'll ever need to send out. And you just load them in, copy and paste them. So you will always have an email to send out. So as long as somebody's on your list, you will always have fresh email content. We're developing this stuff in real time. So we'll write a month's worth of emails for you for the upcoming month. And then the next month, we'll have another month for you, et cetera, in perpetuity, right? It's always fresh, really good content. So we have the content for promotions, we have content in between promotions, and we have it documented so everybody can do this. And this is an attitude that we apply to beyond just email. We do the same thing with traffic. We've acquired different coaching for you for traffic, and we have member spotlights that break this down, like specifically case studies. And we have programs that we have sourced on your behalf that are actual real world, great, best of class traffic programs that cost money that you get for free that you can review. You can also promote them, but you can, more importantly, utilize them to make us all money in Affiliate Triad. Okay. Will you be promoting Genius webinars anytime soon? I have the product and it is by far the best marketing product on the planet. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Here's the interesting thing. This is a great question, by the way. Genius webinars is not a product that we will promote in Affiliate Triad. And I will tell you why, because it's not a big money maker. It's one of those things like if I'm promoting broccoli. People know broccoli is healthy for them, but it's probably too much too soon for most people who just want to eat a little bit healthier. So we got to find the things that the mass market will want to buy. We got to meet them where they're at, not where we're at, right? I'm going to show you something if I can here can show you this because this happened to me. And I thought this was fascinating. All right. So more important to me, though, is think about that. You just said that webinar course was amazing. It was fantastic and all that stuff, right? And I do really appreciate that. But think about it from this perspective. I write all the webinars that you promote. When we used to do this as a service, we charged bare minimum $30,000, usually $50,000 plus a percentage of the sales. So I want to show you this. This happened to me on the best day that it ever could have happened to me. This came in last Saturday. Today's Thursday. Now, last Saturday, here's where I found myself. I was in Iowa in a rehabilitation clinic hospital because my dad had a massive stroke. And he's lucky to be alive. And right now I can't move the left side of his body, and he's in real bad shape. So I fly back there. I went in there on Thursday because only one person a day can see him, and that's it. I went in there, stayed with him 8 hours, and then on Saturday I stayed with him for 13 and a half hours. I get in there though, and I get in there at 8. 55 minutes later, I get this text message, and I was able to share this with my dad. It made me feel good, and it made my dad feel good too. But this is Alex Hormozzi. Some of you may know who he is. He's a real big name these days in marketing. He says, Jason, Alex here. You may not remember me, but you changed my life at Pirates Cove event, a private event that Russell Brunson invited us to. I was the gym guy. You came up to us after and said, when it's easy is when you go hard. He said, changed my life. We ended up doing 105 million in sales after and still maintain a 3 million per month. Anyway, I just stumbled upon your webinars course. He's talking about Genius webinars. The single best course I've seen to date on offer creation and persuasion. The section on bonus communication and guarantees was worth its weight in gold. Thank you for being excellent. Hope all is well. Just dropped out of the blue. And it was something I needed because I was having a hard time dealing with my dad's mortality and then as an extension, my own mortality, right? And it really hit me. And so this is a great example of how you can have a wonderful product, which I believe Genius Webinars is, but it's so niche-y. It's so specific to a certain person who's only going to be attracted by it. And it won't make that much money. And so we go to great lengths to find products that are super awesome at what they do, but can reach the most amount of people with where they're at currently in the marketing. Now, with that said, again, all the stuff that I put into, it's like me, I could sell you a cookbook on how to bake a wonderful meal, or I could be the master chef that prepares it for you. And that's what I do in Affiliate Triad. I write the webinars. I create them. I don't outsource them. I write every single word in them. And there are instances, and I don't want to get too geeky on everybody here. I have about 14 different frameworks on how to run a webinar. And I'm not a hammer nail kind of guy. Not everything that looks like a nail because I have one hammer, right? So I had different webinars for different specific circumstances. And so the one that we're having coming up in April for this promotion, it's a model of webinars nobody's ever seen before. I've never documented it or trained it before. It's a hybrid model. It's very fascinating. I'm not going to spill the beans on it out here for free, but I'm going to have that developed in a way that you're going to find it very interesting, because there's a way where I can play the side man on a webinar and in a certain instance make more money than if I was the main attraction. It's kind of how the good cop, bad cop in movies works. How they can play off of each other, right? It's not like I'm going to be the bad cop to somebody else's good cop, but it's that type of dynamic where sometimes the best leverage point is not to be the main attraction. And you're going to see that. It's a funnel nobody's ever seen before. Nobody even understands that. So when you get me, you get that, right? You get that. You get the creator of that type of thing working on your behalf. And man, what an advantage, huh? Or you can do it the old-fashioned way, like I did it. Here's the deal. If I could travel back in time to when I first started doing this internet marketing, and if you could sit me down and say, here's everything you're going to do in order to be successful for the next 13 years, I would have quit. I'd have said, no, I'm not going to do all that stuff. That seems too hard. I'd rather be poor. But, ignorance was bliss in this regard. And I don't want you to have to go through the efforts that I went through to leverage the skill set that I've developed as a result. I want you to pay me a small amount of money initially. And if you like it, pay me a little bit more money to tap into that and leverage it. And that, to me, is the best part of capitalism. Can we promote other affiliates on our own products by ourselves? Yes. So here's the great thing about this. We build you an email list. So that way, in between promotions, you can promote whatever the heck you want. Yourself, other offers, et cetera, right? You don't even have to promote. I don't even want you to promote all of the offers in Affiliate Triad. I just want you to pick a few that make sense to you and promote those and the events as they make sense to you. If there's ever a product in Affiliate Triad that doesn't electrify you and get you excited, I don't want you to promote it. Period. I only want you to promote things you get excited about. And not every product's going to excite you. I'm not that foolish, right? I know that. That's okay. You're going to have an abundance, though, that even if you leverage very little of it, it's going to be more for you than what you would normally get, regardless, right? And here's the thing that I want to talk about more in terms of the community. Let me find it here. So many of my friends, they run, let me go back to the slick slide deck here. Many of my friends and people that I admire and people in this business, they run their communities through Facebook groups. I don't like Facebook. I have, I think, 4 friends on Facebook. One of them's on the webinar right now, Sabrina, right? Will normally would be on a webinar, Will's assistant, and then my wife. So I work with most of them, and I'm related to the rest of them. And I'm married to the rest of them, I should say. And I don't like Facebook. I don't want to be on Facebook. And Facebook was not designed to create communities to work together. Imagine if Google said, hey, listen, let's run our communication through a Facebook group. Or if like Intel or some of these other companies were like, hey, listen, let's have our virtual meetings around a Facebook group. It would be a disaster, wouldn't it? I believe that more often than not, the communities built on Facebook, whether these community moderators realize it, are worse than having no community at all. I applaud them for their attempt to create community, because if you have the right kind of community, the impossible becomes very possible. And it's hard to be successful on the outside if you don't feel connected on the inside. But we don't do Facebook groups. It's too noisy. It's too distracting. Their features and their functions are limiting and they're counterproductive. Their whole design, Facebook's whole goal is to get you to never leave Facebook. And they apply every dirty trick under the book to hijack your brain and make you like a drug addict. And that's not hyperbole. That's the way that it is, right? I don't want to be part of that. If I'm going to create a truly life-changing community, I don't want it to be hosted in Facebook. I don't want our value to be mixed in with all the other nonsense that's smeared all over Facebook. And there's some good stuff on Facebook, don't get me wrong, right? But if you put a little bit of urine into your water, even though it's a tiny little bit, it ruins the whole cup of water. How's that for an example? So we use Slack. This is the stuff that actual companies that are virtual use. Companies that need to function together as a company, they use Slack. It's designed specifically for collaboration from the ground up. It's designed specifically to streamline communications and productivity and to share information and to empower each other and to work as a team. And it's the best at what it does. This is why it beat like Microsoft Teams, which came from billions of dollars of market share, and it came out of nowhere. Slack did and crushed them all, right? Now, why doesn't every marketer build a community in Slack? They should, but here's why they don't. It's expensive to host one. It's not expensive to you. It's 100% free to you. I pay for you. All right. Each member of Affiliate Triad costs me $15 per month. Okay. Every 100 members that are in Affiliate Triad runs us $18,000 per year. We pay Slack 6 figures. We make them a lot of money. We pay them more than a lot of companies pay them who run their whole business on Slack, their whole virtual business. And it's an investment in you. The reason why our trial is $15 for 15 days is because I take the $15 you sign and I hand it over to Slack. I actually lose money on every sell because I have to pay the merchant processing fee, and then I have to still pay Slack $15. And I like it because I know overall I will come out net positive on the other side, because a lot of you will continue on in your journey of Affiliate Triad. And more important than that is you will make money as an affiliate. And then I get 10%. Every time you make $1, I get an extra dime as a bonus from the product creator. Now, this is how we utilize Slack to empower Affiliate Triad members. First of all, we have real-time support inside of Slack. So we have the best support in the industry, just period, at support@rapidcrush.com. But we have an even higher tier of support that's even more responsive, and that's on Slack. So this is single-digit minute response times very often, sometimes in 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, very often. In 10 minutes or less, you're getting responses from our staff in real time. There's also real-time communications. I dropped a video in the other day. So I came back from Iowa with my journey with my dad, and I shared the insights with our community inside of Slack. Because I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on any social media. I like my communication to be private and feel intimate, not just to be out there in the world. And so I share the insights to life and marketing, and I put that in there. But we also do that for anything that's coming down the pipeline, anything that's an opportunity. We drop videos in there. You can watch them right in Slack. It's super sweet. You don't have to go anywhere else. Documents and announcements, they're made in there. We've got channels set up, so you can easily sort and turn on and turn off channels to focus and find information and really bring to you what's important to you. And then we connect. We all help each other. Because even if you have a great group, if you don't have the right ecosystem, the magic can't happen. It just can't. And Slack is how we make the magic happen. We have a great group and we have a great ecosystem for it. I can't do this justice. It's impossible. You got to experience it. Okay? You got to experience it. You got to sign up. You got to try it out. It will be unlike anything you've ever seen before, right? And by the way, it's pretty much all business with us. We don't allow political conversations to occur because we find them counterproductive. We have everybody from the left and the right all working together harmoniously. We do what politics can't do, but we don't allow that stuff to interfere with you making money. This is not a place where we post cute cat pictures, right? We come to help each other make money and succeed. And then guess what happens? You get all this extra free time. And then if you want to spend it screwing around on Facebook and posting cat pictures, then you can do that. I'm not above that. I like to meme as much as the next person, right? But when it comes time to make money, we make money. That's what it's all about. And so we run a very tightly centered culture that's on upliftment. We don't allow we don't allow what the rest of the world is status quoing, which is dragging and pulling each other down and trying to keep each other down. It's pure upliftment here. But again, anybody can say that, right? Anybody can talk about single-digit response times of support. I don't have to talk about it. I can walk about it. And I want you to. I really, really do. I really want you to try it out because I want what's best for you. It's as simple as that. And this is what we put our heart and soul into. I spend more time focusing on and thinking about affiliate Triad than I do anything. Wilson Matos, my business partner, and we sold over $100 million of product online. He's in there every single day, reading every single comment that comes through in the affiliate Triad Slack, and he's responding to so much stuff. And that's like an 8-figure marketer. He's as sharp as anybody I know, at your disposal to have interaction with and get insight on. It's just truly an incredible thing. And I want you to experience it, Okay. Now, I'm out of material, I think. I don't think I have anything else really important other than that I've touched on it, the traffic. We have opportunities and things like that. Here's what I like. Here's a good way to put a stamp on it, right? If you can't get traffic from what we offer inside of Affiliate Triad, you're not going to get it anywhere else. And for many of you, if you couldn't get traffic before with whatever else you tried, you're going to get more than enough of it with Affiliate Triad, right? That's the formal presentation. It wasn't too formal, was it? Last call for Q&A, though. Let me see if I can pop this up here, okay? Awesome. A lot of people are up, and a lot of people are signing. I like what Sharon says. Being an affiliate triader in Slack gives me daily connection with my top consultants and also with my fellow triaders. And what about our mentors? Justin, they are just such great people. I see them as my department heads in my business. That is really cool. Thank you for sharing that, Sharon. Really powerful, right? It's funny because, ever heard like the cobbler's kids have no shoes? We do the worst job of marketing Affiliate Triad. It's the worst promotion we do. And you know why that is? Because we're so busy serving Affiliate Triad members with developing technologies and things for them, done for yous and funnels, that the cobbler's kids have no shoes in this particular instance. Let me get a little dangerous here. See, Will's not home, right? This is like when mom usually babysits or watches the kids, but she has to go out. So dad's letting them not brush their teeth for the night and stay up late watching movies and eating junk food. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing something normally I probably wouldn't dare do if Will was in the house. This is the inside of the Affiliate Triad members area. Now, I do not know, you won't see it exactly like this, but you'll see it something like this, I believe, because I'm logged in as well. So this thing up here at the top, I want you to see this. This is called calendar. And if you open up the calendar, this is going to show you everything that's going on. And don't let this overwhelm you, because that's only one way you can look at this. It's certainly not the way I would recommend you look at it, but just be aware of how easy it is. And right now it is March 11th. So we had a mentor call with Lisa on the 1st, one with Mubarak on the 2nd, Anna on the 3rd, Lisa did on the 4th. We had 2 mentor calls on the 4th. You click on any one of these and they talk you through, like, check out this one. Topic, special guest, our very own Dave Brose will take us through a very special lead generation technique that has served him well for years. Okay. Pretty neat, right? These are all color coded. So this is obviously the opening of Affiliate Triad. We're promoting Affiliate Triad to you. So that's on the calendar as well. New member intake. So this happens on the 17th. So I do a live intake each and every single month. And I welcome new members in. We get them pumped up. We get them excited. And we break down some of the inner workings of Affiliate Triad inside there. And then see this. This is a promotion for real fast social graphics. That's what I was showing you over here. We're deving it out right now and getting it ready so members can import this funnel into their system, collect the leads, promote it, and make money if they want to. But see, this is the event details, so you know when this promotion is coming up. And this is March. As of now, things on the calendar do get added as they pop up, and then we announce them inside of a Slack. But then in April, you can see this is the big promotion that we're going to have that I teased you with here today. That's going to be April 19th to the 27th. So you're going to have a whole month to gear up for that. And you will see other things that are added into this calendar as well. Last month, for example, you will see we had a training for our members. So this was Jonathan Green's training, week 8. So each week you could pop on, you're auto registered, you get access to the full course and get trained in real time on it. We were doing prosperity algorithm back then. So members of Affiliate Triad got to come and experience prosperity algorithm. We had specific trainings that were focused on doing different specific things. You don't have to come to any of these. You can come to some of these, all of these, none of these if you want to, right? We got people ready for the promotion right before the promotion started. We got them pumped up. We interviewed the course creators and got insights from them, and you could tap into that and you can go into that further. We have a start here guide where it basically tells you very specifically what you should do first, second, and third. And I really like this because it will walk you through specifically each step in a very simple way to follow it. So, we tell you what to do. We want you to get on Slack. Here's how Slack works. Here's how you get joined. Here's the affiliate Triad members area. Here's what that's about. Here's what we do on a monthly basis from promotion. Here's how you get started, right? So this is now the training after the overview, joining Slack, and these are the channels, and this is what they look like. And here are the rules. Here's how you set up Kartra. Here's how you get Kartra. Here's how we rebate it back to you. Here's the spotlights. Here's the content. Here's the calendar. Attend the member intake webinar, that sort of thing, right? And then, here's some of the other options for you. Here are the things that are coming up. Here are the opportunities, that sort of thing. So again, you don't have to read any of this. I just hope you appreciate the documentation of what we provide to you. And then also there's redundancy. And I think that's important because maybe you miss it in the members area. Well, it's also in Slack as well. You can also get support from us. We have very detailed documentation, and then we have the mentors that can support you as well. This type of coaching, think of coaching programs that normally what they charge. All of this stuff is given to you as a perk just so we can help you best promote the done for you funnel so you can make money. And you will not see this anywhere else. Why not? Because they're not truly incentivized to make you money. They're incentivized to sell you courses. We are incentivized to make you money because, again, the more money you make, every time you make, if you make $1 million, we make 100,000. You keep your whole million. But our product creators that we work deals out with, they say, okay, we give you a bonus. Every time a member of yours makes a sale, we give you 10% out of our own pocket. So you keep all of your money. We get our money from the already rich, established marketers. And we earn that money because we bring them customers with you and through you that otherwise they probably wouldn't get. Sharon says, as an Aussie, I can assure people that anywhere you are in the world with the wonders of the member site combined with Slack and the members group, the world is covered, even down under. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I have over 500 pages of testimonials of affiliate Triad members. But again, in that true cobbler's shoes, cobbler's kids have no shoes fashion. By the way, this is a great lesson in and of itself. I'm glad that this got brought up organically. I can't do this for my own products. This is why you need specialization. So for somebody else's products, I can go through them and find their testimonials and bring them out and memorize them and position them. For my own products, I can't do them because I'm too busy supporting the product. And that's why Affiliate Triad wins so well. We let them support their product and create the product. We create the promotion schemes and we help pump you up and give you every secret advantage we can give to you to tap into those funnels and make commissions. What is the traffic automation software? All right, so traffic automation software is really awesome. Here's how this was developed. So this is another farm league system. One of our now mentors, Anna, joined the community of Affiliate Triad, and she did something on Facebook that I thought was super brilliant. Now, part of the reason I think it was brilliant is because Anna's not a professional marketer, not like I am or like the gurus are. What she did was very personable and I think easy to model for anybody. So she put this communication out there and her instincts and intuition was sharp. Like, you can't teach this stuff. She just knew it. And she was super successful promoting one of our Affiliate Triad offers. So the first thing we did was spotlight her. We're like, okay, how did you do what you did? And she showed us. And now people could manually do the free posting strategy that she taught on social media. And then Moonberic, another super successful Affiliate Triad member, saw that And he says, I wonder if we can take what's manual and turn it into something that's automatic. And he did. And then Mubarak and Anna got together to work in harmony at our behest to train you on how to do this and provide coaching for you on how to leverage this. And that's what that is. We're doing stuff like that all the time. Our innovations are so plentiful, we can't even document them because they happen so quickly. And so experiencing them, though, is easy. And that's what's going on in Affiliate Triad. See, the problem with most training programs is they're static. People gear up, they do one big launch a year, and then it's done. Open doors, closed doors, right? Affiliate Triad is very organic. It's dynamic. We are every single day making it a little bit better. And then over time, it adds up to be tremendously better. And occasionally we break through with some sort of insight or some sort of innovation. I did not have the time to show you the new technology that we've developed, where you can now not only import these funnels in mere minutes, but you can customize them, and it's quicker and smoother than anything you've ever seen in your life. And by next month, oh my God, it's going to get even better because every single day we're making improvements. It's crazy. Don't we need to put out niche specific content to build targeted lists for the upcoming promotion? See, I love this question because everybody thinks that way. And so if you're thinking that way, that's how most people think. The answer, though, is not necessarily. And let me tell you why. I'm going to give you a very specific example. Don't get caught up in the details of this example, but just more instead appreciate what the bigger lesson here, right? So once upon a time when we were selling Amazon stuff as an affiliate, this was way back in 2015, we promoted the offer to an options traders list. An options trader. What does that have to do with starting an online business on Amazon? Very little, if not anything at all. And this is what I said to this audience when I came in touch with it. Here's how I set up the communication with this audience. I said, let me ask you a question. Would you ever enter a market where you could only buy but never sell? And these options traders said to me, Jason, no, I would never do that. I go, I just want to be very clear though. Let me ask you again, just to make sure we understand each other. Would you ever enter a market where you could only buy and never sell? And they said, come on, Jason, you know the answer. Obviously, we would never do that. And I'd say, well, I said, okay, I know you're thinking I'm an idiot right now, but just to be clear here, why wouldn't you? And they say, well, we'd never make money. We'd only spend money. We'd lose money. And I'd say, okay, fair enough. Now, let me ask you another question. Who here shops on Amazon? Everybody says, I do. Okay. So great. You're in a market where you're only buying products on Amazon, but you're not selling products on Amazon. Did you know that a majority of the products sold on Amazon come from third-party sellers, people like you and me? Wouldn't you want to be on a market where you could also sell and not buy? And they say, Jason, I want to know more. And then the rest of the presentation was exactly the same as it was for everybody else, right? So then another audience we went after were chiropractors. And essentially with chiropractors, it was like, hey, if you want to expand your business, what does it cost you? If you want to get a new table, to stretch people out on, that's like 10 grand, right? And then you still have to be the one cracking their backs and, twisting their neck around and all that kind of stuff, right? But what if you could supplement your chiropractic practice with an Amazon business? Would you be interested in that? Because for less than the amount of money you have to pay now to expand your current practice, maybe you can have a supplemental passive income. Would you be interested in that? And they say, yeah, I want to know more about that. And then they bought like you wouldn't believe. So what are we doing here? We're putting something in front of the message. We're putting something in front of the content. I know it seems basic. I know it seems simple. I have the book over there. It's called Presuasion, written by the great Robert Cialdini. When I met Robert Cialdini, he says, Jason, you understand my work probably better than anybody I've ever met. When I talked to him about how I applied his lessons and his techniques. So we were doing persuasion before that was even a thing. What will greatly determine if somebody buys or not is what they hear before going into the funnel. And so it's really easy, but people take it for granted. So I will give you the insights along the way for these promotions about the thing that you can say to them in advance And that's your targeting. That's your niching down or making it specific. Now you can go further with that if you want to. Certainly, it's certainly a possibility. But the easiest thing to do is slightly change the on-ramp. That's how I think about it. The on-ramp on how they can get on the highway. That's it, right? I don't know. I know it sounds simplistic. You gotta validate this on your own, but trust me to try it out at least. And that's generally all that it takes. You just change the one messaging, the one slight piece of information at the top of the funnel. And you can do that on social media. You can do that in an advertisement. You can do that one-to-one with a communication, right? I've done that over and over again in all kinds of different markets, and not just me, affiliate Triad members. So again, I don't want you to think it's the Jason Fladlien show here, right? Listen to the member spotlights and you will see all the sorts of ways. Here's another one. This is a super gimme. Sabrina, tell me, I'm going to ask this question and put in some of the responses, okay? Or Kesa, right? It's what's your occupation? Those of you who actually have a job, you know, like I'm currently unemployed, but I work for myself. So I work for Rapid Crush, right? But for those of you who have a daytime occupation, I want you to put it in the chat, and then I'm going to have the two wonderful folks here I have with me at Rapid Crush today copy and paste some of these into. Oh, this is good. I love it. Thank you. Okay. Translator. Okay. Jalavo, I think that's how you say his name, is translator. You say, hey, I'm a translator who's interested in digital marketing. If you're a translator who's also interested in digital marketing, you might want to try this out. Jalavo, tell me you can't be the only translator that is also interested in digital marketing. Are you? No way. If there's you, there's got to be somebody else, right? Jackie, I think it's how you say Jackie. It looks French, the Zaki, is a pharmacist, right? Hey, I'm a pharmacist, and I'm more into the science of things as opposed to the art. So if you want to look at the specific scientific approach, if you're interested in a part-time business, you might want to check this out, right? And I just made that up off the top of my head, right? Abdul's a COO. So a friend of mine, Cameron Harold, created the first ever COO Alliance. He says, and this is what he said to them. He says, listen, you have to support the CEO. There's no mastermind for you, and there's only a mastermind for the CEOs and the business owners. What about you? And he created one, right? So he just changed the language and how I talk to him. But the COO, you make things run, right? So you say, if you're a CEO and you like to make things run, then this as a side business might also make sense for you because it's methodical and in its way that it operates. And I'm, again, keep in mind, I'm making this off the top of my head right now, okay? But this is called affinity-based marketing. You just say, hey, I'm this, so are you. I'm interested in this. You might also be interested in this. Hector's a landscaper. You could say, hey, listen, I love landscaping, but I also want something on the side where I don't have to get my hands dirty. Maybe you would as well. If so, check this out. Carpenter. I like to build things with my hand, but it seems today a lot of people make money building things with their mind on the internet. Would you like to build things with your mind on the internet? You might want to check this out. By the way, I don't know if it's Jalavo or Halavo. So forgive me. I can't even pronounce my own name some of the times. Said I made $2,500 after 1 month in AT. Congratulations to you, by the way. Sharon says, I was a property builder and a construction contractor, now out of retirement at 75 and loving my new business and affiliate Triad. And I'm loving the fact that you're loving it. That is so amazing. Okay. But let's do a different one. Let's just for the fun. This is Jason Fladlien after like when I'm really tired and we've been here for a while, right? This is why affiliate Triad is so powerful, because that's when the guard gets let down. Let's do some hobbies. Some people go ahead and put in some hobbies in here. And we'll do the same thing with hobbies, right? So what's something that you're interested about? As a hobby, I like to do dog training. So that would be one of my hobbies. I have a couple of different hobbies, but that's one of them. Art is a hobby for me as well, as you could probably tell with the art that's around me. design. I love designing and graphic design. It's an interesting hobby for me. But go ahead and let's get some hobbies out here, and we'll do it with hobbies. And then, by the way, this is why it's so easy for me to help you, because my mind works that way. So I can take these as examples and give them to you, and then over time, you'll be able to just be able to model them. Halavo, I hope that's how I say it. It says watching soccer, right? So it's like, if you'd rather watch more soccer and spend less time working, you might want to check this out. That's it, right? Charlene says oil painting. So you can say, what I like about oil painting is blank. And it's interesting because if you're interested in an online business, it also has this component of it. I don't know if it's up your alley or not, but if it is, you might want to check this out, right? Sanjeev says piano playing. Yeah, I love to play piano too. I'm horrible at it, but that doesn't stop my ability to want to try to play it. And so, in that case, since I know a lot about it, you can talk about, this is a good one. Isn't it amazing how you can produce an infinite variety of music from just 12 notes? And really, ultimately, it's 7 notes in a scale. And of those, you could produce almost an endless variety of music if you just do a 1-4-5 progression, a chord progression. And I think that's amazing how out of such a simple, limited thing, such an infinite amount of possibility exists. And if you're at all interested in starting a part-time online business, it's amazing how even just a few things that you might already have knowledge of can be organized in the right ways to be successful for you as a part-time business. Just like a few notes properly placed in the right position can produce beautiful music. If you want to know more what I'm talking about, check this out here, right? Again, these are just jump off points. I'm not doing a very good job of them. I'm making them up off the top of my head. I'm kind of making it fun just to entertain myself as much as anything. But hopefully you get the point. Martial arts, hiking, cooking, lifting weights, all of those things, drones, all of those things. Now, these are, honestly, it's the simplest, most superficial, least effort way of doing what I'm talking about. It is not the only way. There are certainly better ways of doing it. I'm only illustrating for you a way on which you can take a thing like a promotion that seemingly is unrelated to any niche and immediately niche it to that niche. And does that work? Not always, but here's why it works usually for affiliate Triad members. It works because we have done everything else for you. We've created the offer for you because we've worked it. We've sourced it from a product creator. We've created the funnels for you. We've created the communication for you. We've created all that stuff for you. So we've done 95% of the work. You just got to get it over the finish line. So your ability then to tack on something in front of it, even as simplistic as it is, makes it ultra effective. And normally we would never do that because we wouldn't have time left over to get into this niche and get into that niche and get into this niche and get into that niche. But we don't have to change the material. We just put a different on-ramp onto it. Does that make sense? Is that enlightening for you? Hopefully, just on its own, regardless of whether or not you sign up for, hopefully you see what we attempt to do in any interaction that we have with our audience is serve that audience and help that audience and empower that audience. And I hope that you caught some of that, and that's going to apply to all your business needs. But in affiliate Triad, that happens all the time. Where not just me, but like these geniuses we have in there, it just osmosis transfers value. I'm just constantly showing and throwing things out there that to me are as plain as day. But when people hear them, and not everybody, but just this person this time hears this thing put in this way, and it's a game changer. Again, it goes back to what Alex sent me on Saturday. And this is what I said to him, because I could tell him and his wife at the time, they worked their ass off to make some money, right? And they just got over the hump and they were making their first life-changing money. And I could just sense it to them. This is the coach in me. I could just sense it, that they were ready to ease off the gas pedal. They were ready to take a break. And that's when I said that it was unsolicited advice too. They didn't ask me. I came up to him and I said, Alex, now's the time where you double down. It's counterintuitive. But now's the time when you go twice as hard. Because when it's raining money, you stand outside with the biggest bucket you can for as long as you can. But nobody does that. They do it the opposite way. They work so hard for peanuts, and then when they tip over and finally crush it, that's when they take their first vacation or rest. We broke all of our records by doing the exact opposite. We went hard when it was easy, and then we eased up when it got hard. Isn't that interesting? It's so counterintuitive. And that to him was life-changing. Now, for most people, that wouldn't change their life. But for him, it did at that particular time, that piece of information. And I do that as often as I possibly can. And I will tell you, the other beautiful thing is this concept of front stage, backstage. Most of the time, you only see front stage in internet marketing. You only see what you're allowed to see. And you don't get the analysis or the breakdown or the thinking, the thought behind the thought, right? Most of the time, you don't get it because what people actually do and what they pretend to do are two separate things. They can't show you everything they do because not everything they do is kosher, or it's weird, or it's trickery, it's silly. And I'm just an open book. I show you everything I do, and then I lay it out exactly as it is. Heck, I do that to you when I'm selling you. But behind the scenes at Affiliate Triad, I break down a lot of the thought process of what goes into these things and that insight. And now you see front stage and backstage in this business. You get a full picture. And I think that is only helpful to you. Because, try operating a map to find a treasure that's torn in half. Good luck, right? Hard to do. Where do you promote mainly? Google, Twitter, anywhere and everywhere. So you have to be of this attitude of let me test small in as many different places as I possibly can. And then whatever nets out, whatever gets some grab, that's what I back. So we test in a variety of places as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now, some of you will have built-in advantages. Like we have some members who already had a LinkedIn following because they were in the LinkedIn world of corporate or whatever. And so they crushed it on LinkedIn. And that worked out really good for them. Pinterest, we find, is an absolute goldmine for a lot of individuals. I think Pinterest is a highly neglected media. We've had people do incredibly well with Clubhouse lately because they got in on the Clubhouse wave, which is still going on, by the way. And so they took advantage of that. Other people do it just purely by networking. They reach out and talk to people, and then they get those people to come to the webinars. There are so many ways to succeed that it is staggering. And a lot of this stuff is analytical. So the analytical types will want Facebook ads. The creative types will want, creative solutions. Other people that are more image-based are drawn to using medias that have more images. People that are more video-based are drawn to the areas that have more video stuff to it, right? You want to gravitate towards what you're already excited about and interesting in, and then that's where you promote initially. And that's how you do it. And there's so many ways to do it. Normally, though, even if you do all of those promotion techniques, you still don't make money. And I'll tell you why. Because you have to have a crazy good offer, and it has to be messaged correctly at the point of conversion. You got to know how to sell. And you got to have something worth selling. And then and only then does it make sense to actually go out there and try to get audiences. And so we do the rest of that for you. And then, of course, we do as much as possible to help you get the audiences with all the traffic training and everything else that we put in there too. Woo! All right, cool. So we will send out a replay of this. Hopefully it doesn't require a replay for you to sign up. Because I'm not asking you to burn the bridges here with no plan B and no churning back. I'm asking you to try it out for $15 for 15 days. And I am very confident that it will live up to the hype. It has been a pleasure to serve you. I think one of the reasons why I was a little slow lately until I came back is because I'm in my element when I'm doing what I'm put here on earth to do, which is to provide my specific style of expertise in ours as a company that we channel to provide it to you as much of an advantage as we possibly can. And I'm just honored that you allow me into your head space and hopefully your heart as well to do the best that I can. And in return, that's all I ask for you. Do the best you can with what you have. And then it's amazing how that can get you to a place tomorrow that you never thought you could get, which then allows you to do even more than you ever dreamed possible. My name is Jason Fladlien, quadwin.com. If you want to sign up, get in there. and I will talk with you soon.